home, it haunts our dreams, bound by a thread that's unraveling at the seams. Echoes of laughter that seem so far drive us to fight under every star. Another world is calling, can't ignore the signs. Hope rides on us, it's a race with time. If we fail this battle, the line will bend, two worlds will fall, it's the ultimate end.
You guys have successfully beaten the minotaur. However, moments after the victory, as the creature falls, so does Reuben. His eyes blackened, and he seems to be out cold, laying upon the stone and the dirt. The area around you begins to shake and collapse. The magic dungeon core you have begins to shake violently.
Okay, I think we need to get him and get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi's gonna go scoop up Ruben and throw him over his shoulder.
Yep. He's heavier than you thought he would be. But you successfully pick him up, and the dungeon core begins to light a path upon its surface, almost guiding you back out. However, it's not as much of a straight shot, as it doesn't seem like the dungeon core has control over this area anymore.
We gotta go.
Yep.
And
Running.
yeah, Yoshi is like booking it, carrying Ruben over his shoulder.
Alrighty. As you guys are fleeing, we're going to time skip a little bit to you guys making it to the beginning of the entrance. As behind you, the walls themselves start to collapse. Not like a cave-in, but as if they were never a tunnel. Like the mountain is reclaiming where it's supposed to be. Something magically burrowed its way here, and it's like it's reversing itself. As the room filled with all of the bodies is slowly starting to shift, and the bodies are being swallowed up by the earth itself. Kind of like stone meld in D&D. Except the reverse, where the earth is eating everything else and claiming the space.
Lovely.
Nope.
You see
We're
the
stuck in here, aren't we?
caved-in front section, yes. And you realize behind you is blocked off, in front of you is blocked off. The walls are closing in on you slowly but surely. What do you guys want to do? What are you guys going to do?
Can I try to fire a piercing spear at the fucking cave-in?
Yeah, you conjure up this this spear and you launch it forward. It slams into the rock. Yes, it chips and shatters some of the rocks, but doesn't do enough damage to really clear a pathway. You would have to spend some time doing this to get it to work. And you feel like you would pass out from exhaustion far before it actually cleared. You have maybe a grand total of 2 minutes before this area is completely engulfed in the mountain.
Dungeon
I try.
core thingy, it teleported us like back in time. Maybe it can teleport us the fuck out of here, or maybe back in time again.
If I
Rain
could
was
try to
kinda
summon Stanton and see if he can dig us out.
What are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna summon Stanton? Are you gonna try to get the core to do something?
I will try to do something with the core. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with it.
What are you gonna do? I'll tell you what you need to
Um,
make based on what you tell me what you're going to do.
Well, it moves around to move things, so I guess I'm gonna try to stick my hand in the glass,
I'm gonna try to fucking
manipulate
Rubik's
it if
Cube
I
it.
can.
Give me, because this is almost like you can only do this with permission. Give me a social competence test. A difficulty value of 11. Because you're kind of forcing your way in a way.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail. It doesn't matter what I have a negative.
You'd have to get an ace. Forcing your way into
Well,
the
I guess
cube
I'm
doesn't
gonna
work.
summon Stanton and see if he even shows up.
Okay.
If it was an intelligence check, I'd have made it. But +3 to that.
As you summon Stanton, what do? Do you call him? What do you say? As you summon Stanton, what do you do?
I'm going to call his name, but it's like I sound like I'm not. It's like more desperate and not 100% sure if he's even going to answer.
Where normally like light starts to manifest to conjure these creatures, the fact that you summon forth their spirits in a way, you instead see the very shadows start to pull together as the very corrupted Stanton manifests and looks to the others and looks around and then locks onto Yoshi.
I'm going to say no.
And ignores you entirely and starts to charge at Yoshi.
I'm going to dismiss him.
Give me a social competence test. Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a social competence test, difficulty value of 10.
+3.
Very well. For a moment, he didn't listen to you. For a moment, you actually had to reach deep within your power and forcibly dismiss him. He is corrupted.
Yoshi's gonna look at the cube, and he's gonna look at the walls closing in, and he's gonna look at the fucking bear that was coming at him again, and he's just gonna run up to the cube, and he's gonna be like, okay, oh magic cube, please, 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 just get us the fuck out of here.
You're yelling at the cube to get you out?
Begging the cube to get us out, because
Oh.
Wizard Dude from the past said that the cubes were kind of intelligent.
Give me either a social competence test difficulty of 10 or an intelligence competence test of 11.
Okay,
You
I
have
have
1
a
minute left,
+1
by the
to
way.
both of those. So, drawing. Hey, King of Diamonds.
Which one were you going for? This choice matters.
Let me see. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally clicked on a button. But
Buttons.
social competence, charisma based, because I'm begging it to do something.
Very well. As you beg it to, suddenly the glass around the cube shrinks. And the cube is that much closer to being out of this almost protective shell. As a bright little golden light shoots from the core, hitting the rubble, and you watch as it rewinds in time, and the opening is now clear.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yoshi is already already heading towards the opening as he sees it happening. He is fucking off out of here.
I'm a thank the cube. Thank you, cube.
Yes, thank you, Cube.
Thank you, Cube. All right. As you
Like
guys,
the whole like Brock running after a woman in Pokemon, that's kind of how Yoshi looks carrying Ruben on his back running for that fucking door.
you guys make it out. The wall behind you, the entrance behind you, it closes up. You can feel and hear the stone closing. And it is as if the cave never existed in the first place. You barely escaped being trapped within inside of a mountain for eternity. You defeated the Minotaur, and as you look out from the ledge that you're standing on over the forest, you can tell some of the darkness has faded from this area. The forest you walked through that was corrupted is now purified, clear, as the darkness is pulled further away from this place.
Oh wow, okay. Do we happen to see the village that was under threat from here?
No, not from here, but you can see smoke coming from a distant house deep within the forest. You know that to be the direction of your house.
Hmm. Do we know how far away we are from Highland?
For a good amount of time.
Damn. So
should
probably
probably-
closer to our place than there.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Yoshi's gonna start heading home.
Yeah.
As you guys begin to walk down, you guys get off the mountain's edge and into the forest as suddenly you start to hear a voice. Finally, by the gods be praised, my keepers have remained safe and have returned to us, as a spiritual specter manifests out of thin air in front of you.
Yes.
It is I, your loyal servant. I have been sent here with a message, my great guardians.
Okay.
My brother tells me not to speak to you in such formal ways, but I shall not hear his words. You have visitors, refugees, who claim you are meant to protect them.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those
Weren't
guys.
we were supposed to. Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Fuck.
Has it really been a month?
No, it's been 3 days. My good lady.
But I thought.
Your guests
Holy
are
shit! They got here
rather...
fast.
They're from a nearby village. They're rather big guests.
The Minotaurs.
Oh!
It's not
Yes,
the demons from the sewers. It's the Minotaurs.
Okay, it's not the refugees from Crystal City. Solid. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
We're-
they are
we're
more than
headed
welcome to
back.
be there. Yeah, we're heading that way.
Well, I wish I would have known that before we are doing our duty as the land of purity's guardians. We
Uh,
kind of
What
forced
did you
them
do?
out and made them sleep outside around the barrier. We weren't sure if they were telling the truth, so but a few of the warriors did try to force their way in, and they are
Please go invite them in.
Yes. Go do that. We'll be there as soon.
Presently.
Okay. So if I am to be to confirm this, my great guardians, they are to stay in your territory.
Correct.
yes.
So
we have come to an arrangement with them. The ones that needed to be dealt with have been dealt with.
Dealt with.
very well. So they are your citizens, correct?
Yes.
Sure, let's go with that for now.
Oh, well then
We
this
can-
must be
we can-
handled currently, as he, like, a black-blue flame kind of manifests and a scroll appears with 2 options lit up into, like, little, like, almost like, digital screen buttons, yes, no, but it says, accept, deny, and it's, like, in flames. Please, mark the option that suits this situation. And basically what it says is, I hereby claim these refugees as commoners and denizens of my territory.
Except.
The contract ignites into flame. Very well. I shall go and welcome in our new denizens and protect them. I will be off.
I
My
hope
brother,
them being called that doesn't piss them off.
my brother will be quite pleased.
Yes.
Don't call them that.
I should say
Yes.
they did say something about their village completely being burned to the ground and they no longer have a home to return to, so this is quite fortuitous for them.
Okay,
We're
Rain
at some
is
point
gonna
we're going
start
to have to.
walking towards.
Yeah.
ghost
Yoshi
is
just
just
kind of
floating
pauses
next to
as
you.
Rain is walking. He's like, at some point we're going to have a discussion about who's going to be coming into this area and how they are to be addressed and how they are to be treated, because these are not
This-
going to be just peasants or
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later. I have an unconscious dark elf on my back, and
Would you like me to take him, good sir? A
Y-
fellow, a
yes.
guardian is down, and I can tend to him.
that bless you, thank, and he just kind of like flips Ruben like off of his back and almost like slams him onto the ground and like lets the ghost catch
Before he
him.
gets to the ground, a big flaming, kind of dark claw grabs between, like, the pinch of his belt area in his shirt and just picks him up as he basically goes from this to that and is being carried.
Delightful.
As suddenly he goes, the Specter will, says, I shall be off. My brother shall be quite pleased with the new arrivals. As the ghost just suddenly hits Mach 2 and is gone.
Oh God.
Ruben is
I
just,
hope
"Whoa!"
Ruben's okay.
You might have heard a crack, but you weren't sure if it was his back or not.
Well, I hope the G forces don't cause any lasting damage.
I mean, we can
Hmm.
fucking teleport around like the battlefield. I don't think physics work here the way things do in our world, but apparently
That's
fucking taxes do.
I
For
mean,
his
to be
sake,
fair,
let's
I
hope.
made a bomb out of a piece of cloth, some exploding powder, and a thorn.
That's what I call
Yeah.
rednecking it.
That is not how bombs work. Our world.
Yeah. At some point, we're gonna need to discuss what to do about fucking Stanton.
Yeah, we need to fix him.
If
Because
we
the last
can.
thing we need is him attacking us. Or
Attacking
Yoshi
me.
specifically.
Does seem to have beef with Yoshi.
I am so sorry about that.
Hey,
It's-
look, he kicked my ass when he was alive. So,
You are a precious cinnamon roll, and this is nothing. This is not your fault. And Yoshi's gonna keep walking.
All right. As if you guys are all open for it, we will fast travel you to your land.
Bless.
fast travel.
All right. Select the yes for fast travel. If you have any pennies, it will be forgotten. As you guys, we fast forward time. It's the sun is just kind of getting close to setting off in the distance, and you arrive and you notice something. You kind of were able to see the field of purification around your property, where it was decent sized. It was like, I would say like I don't know, probably about a 2-acre field of purification. It is now massively bigger. We're looking at maybe about 1,000 acres.
God damn.
Well, no, I'd put it more like 500 acres. Yeah, 500 acres bigger than when you
Wow.
left.
God damn.
So,
Yay!
God damn.
as you now step through, Nora, you feel like something, a part of you, was left outside the barrier. The barrier did permit something that was connected to you to enter or come anywhere or follow you.
I'm going to assume that's Stanton, and I'm going to be sad about it.
But yes, as you guys approach, you can see the large folk that are the minotaurs making camp, with basically setting up areas where they can rest, and you're walking through the refugee camp. You maybe have 30, 40 minotaurs, about 20 or so children. So you
Is
have
there
like 30
chief
to
among
40.
them?
No. Yeah, there's like 20 to 30. There's like 30 to 40 adults and about 20 children. One of the two specters approach you as you walk towards the house, which you can tell the house is slightly less damaged. Oh, good. Oh man, you're finally here. So I'm sure my brother told you about everything, and we have made amends with the new civilians, with the new people.
I like the term civilians better than peasants and denizens. Thank you.
I mean,
He-
denizens
he's
isn't a
staring
bad
at
word.
you. He's just
True.
staring at you like, I hate my brother. Anyways, yes. So for now, we have no lodgings for them, and our house is the main house is not big enough to house them. So nothing can really be done on this property since you signed the permission to accept dwellers. What they can do here, the land will not let them do unless you give them direction to do it.
Wait, so we have to tell them to build things?
Yes. So how it works is it's more like you got to give orders. Think of yourselves as the new chiefs of this area. But the land is more of a stickler for rules than your people are. They're ready to go, and actually, when they were told they were welcomed in, they did try to start building some small huts, but the land just would not let them cut any tree down. We tried to tell them that that's because the land only accepts things that have been chosen, but they didn't understand that. We do have
Okay,
a list of things that, I mean, if you want, we have a few things that were built about a couple thousand years ago in this area that you could probably try to build, or if you have any ideas of what you think should be built first, give the new denizens the order. And
What are these old buildings?
well, they're
Yeah.
just like concepts of buildings, dwellings, farms, blacksmiths, so forth, so on.
Mm.
But you
Well-
should meet with the representative of the Minotaurs. They're the new, I guess, ones in charge of their group. Well, now that they serve you, yes, you're the top dog. They just like they're the new middleman, so that you can get to all of them from just talking to one person. Would you like me to bring them to you?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Very well. Been a long time since I've had to do this, And so it is quite good feeling, and also I don't like to do a lot of work, so this is kind of aggravating. As it kind of floats off, you guys can walk around if you'd like to. If there's anything you want to inspect or look into while you're here, you're welcome to.
Right. Well, Yoshi just kind of looks at Nora and Rain, and he's like, "I'll be honest, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing at this point."
Anybody play Civilizations before?
No.
Aren't you like in the military? Don't you have like survival and like leadership training?
I taught people how to build and defuse bombs.
But you should still have like the basic like leadership and survival training, right?
I wasn't a leader.
Weren't you an officer?
And I did my job. I was close to retirement.
Of course you were. It always happens when you're close to retirement.
I'm a vet. I have even less idea than you guys probably do.
If only we had a gamer in our group. But Brim didn't.
I did.
My dad's getting what he wants. He's getting what he wants. He's getting what he wanted me to. He wanted me to be in charge. He wanted me to run the family business. And Yoshi just starts like walking off like in the general direction of the Minotaurs, just muttering under his breath.
Wait, I thought our Specter guy was gonna.
Oh no, he's going. He's following the Specter. He wants.
Okay.
He wants to meet them. He's not going to make them come all the way.
I'll follow him.
Suddenly, you hear. Well, yes. Go ahead, Nora.
I was gonna say, I'm going to walk among the Minotaurs and see what physical state they're in.
Ah, the veterinarian now becomes a doctor. It's like that one anime, the Monster Doctor. Anyways, don't watch it. It's not a sweet anime. It's not a horror anime. It's just don't watch it with children in the room. Anyways,
do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
It's an isekai. It's not. Yeah, it's not an isekai. It's a harem anime. If that helps.
Again, do you have the slightest idea of how little that narrows it down?
What's that one anime, Masuname something, with all like the monster girls and everything? Yeah, because it's called Monster Girl Doctor or something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, now you understand. Anyways, you hear from a distance. You hear, "Oh, great guardians, your dwellings are nigh finished. Please come to the main house. Your guests will await you here, or will meet you here." As the ghost from the brother of the other Specter is calling you from the house. A bunch of Minotaurs are looking at you like really confused. Ah, and
Yoshi
supper
just-
is not is
Now
nearly
I
ready
am-
as well.
You know what? Food sounds fucking.
Yeah. After everything we just dealt with, I could eat.
Yep.
So you guys walk up to the house and walk in. You can smell it. Meat, breads, potatoes.
Yoshi does like the fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and like starts levitating off the ground and just following his nose to it.
You guys sit at the dining table, and a couple of smaller framed Minotaurs. They're not like it's a mixture of men and women, but they're definitely not as big bulk wise, but they are still tall. Walk in and bring you food. We prepared this for you. Sorry for using your kitchen. We've been using it to make some food for everybody out there, but the Specter,
that's perfectly fine.
Don't apologize. I'm sorry the Specters gave y'all trouble. They're just doing.
It's understand. The one that speaks really weird said that it was our duty to cook for you, so we did.
No,
No.
I mean, we don't
That's
mind.
we're gonna have a conversation about that. You are not our servants. That was not the arrangement we had with your chief.
To he the one that talks weird said that we were what is the word he used? It looks over. Citizens?
okay. Whew.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
citizens, and we need to pay homage to those who allowed us on this holy land.
There's
yeah. No. That's
so the arrangement we had with your chief, which I'm guessing he is no longer with us. My condolences. Was that you would be permitted to live in this area unaccosted. You would be able to build homes and shelter, and if necessary, you would come to our aid to help us with labor and defense. But you are not our servants. You do not. That the arrangement we had with your chief was one of mutual cooperation, not service.
One of the more taller one kind of goes, wait, but according to the little contract thingy that popped up, it said that we were permitted to live here, and it said that we were to say no if we did not want to be citizens, and yes if we did, and we all collectively agreed to yes. Does that mean that we aren't allowed to live here?
no.
No, you are
allowed to live.
you are allowed to live here. That was our arrangement with your chief, but that does not mean you have to wait on us hand and foot.
Well, no, but this is purified land, right? It's not corrupted, doesn't
Yeah.
have the
Correct.
black smoke. Well, then I don't think that the Specter was wrong.
I am
Rain is
incredibly
gonna
uncomfortable
lean-
with this
Yeah,
situation,
Rain is
Rain.
gonna lean over to Yoshi, like, okay, this place doesn't work like our world does. So,
Well, at least not all your time.
we just need to. At this point, I feel like we are kind of
Okay.
like lords in medieval times. So I guess this is no. Okay, and then-
My dad always wanted to be a shogun. Okay. Um, so first order of business then is to get some shelters built for your people. We can't have
A deep
kids
voice
running around
responds
without-
from the others from entering the room. A much larger black furred minotaur. I agree. We should build homes first. Do you mind
Yeah,
if I have a seat
can't
at the
have-
table?
Please go ahead. Can't have kids sleeping in the elements. They need a safe place to stay. That's first
He
and
kind
foremost.
of like waves the others off, and they kind of nod and leave the room. It is wonderful to meet you. I am acting chief of the Minotaurs, and I first want to say thank you for allowing us to dwell upon your land. And my name is Reinhard. I am the nephew of the former chief. Are you aware of what has happened to our village? And why we are refugees to your land? Now, citizens, as of what we agreed upon in the floating fiery contract.
When we left, your village was somewhat okay. We assumed that the minotaurs from the cave attacked.
He stops you right as you say that. We were not attacked by other minotaurs. We were attacked by soldiers, knights.
From
They
where?
wore they wore this emblem on their cloaks and shields of a crystal tower.
Of fucking course.
Yes. They came through with cavalry and archers. We fought, and some of our soldiers stayed behind to give the rest of us time to escape. We knew only one place to go, so we headed for the land that you all claimed to own. But yes, we were attacked by, I believe, this country's human lords.
Then we will need to discuss that when we return to the city, because we can't have them attacking our people.
Agreed.
I appreciate taking us in. And as such, we have all collectively agreed to use our natural strength to assist. We tried to build homes prior, but the land would not give way to axe, nor would the
It should
earth
not.
move.
Apparently, the way it works around here is we needed to approve that. I'm not sure why. We're still kind of new to this ourselves, but you should be able to do what needs to be done now.
It seems as if this land functions like some of our more holy lands. They are only subservient to those who have been chosen by the land itself. Mayhap you should look into retrieving someone with proficiency in possible divine magics or druidic powers to convey with the land to fully understand what rights and powers you possess. I would offer one of ours, but it seems that our druidic paths are not in sync.
Mm.
But those who are proficient would like to learn to understand this land.
Perhaps we can find someone in the city when we return.
Or maybe among the refugees that are supposed to be coming.
There are
That's a good
refugees
possibility.
who come.
Yes. They should
Yes.
be arriving within the month. We told them
How many?
to give us
Probably a group similar to yours in size, maybe a little bit larger, mostly dark elves, demons, individuals that the
have
nicer
been driven out.
elements of Crystal City do not take kindly to.
You are just gathering the menagerie of the darker creature-based races, aren't you, my dear lords?
We don't
Well-
see why they should be treated differently just because they're different.
You are correct. But centuries of war and conflict between one and another definitely makes for bad blood. It is good to see fresh minds and fresh desires for such peace. Hopefully, it carries further than the last one.
Hope so.
Very well. As he waves a hand, that same kind of contract shows up, but it shows up as a book. As he asks you, have you learned the ability to summon forth your rights as lords of this land? I am what is classified as a manager role or managing role. I am he turns the book around and it states his name and his rank and what he has control over, and then he can flip the book and it shows blank. These are the instructions I have been given. These are the tasks and requirements for my people. We have not determined any of them, and so it remains empty. But once you make a choice, it will show in my book, and I shall ensure that it is done.
Okay. So above table, I've been looking at the book for building things. So our house is currently an abandoned house, correct?
It is
not
slowly the more people you get, because don't worry about that one. The more citizens you get, the territory will upgrade your house.
okay. Well, I'm just running off of the book. So an abandoned house can only house 5 people, and it's a +1 to morale. It's a +2 to fame, and it can hold 30 items and takes 30 wood to create. Those are going to be our fastest houses to get up.
Mhm.
The next one up is a habitable house, and it can house 8 people. It's a +2
So
to
I'm
morale.
going to state you are not allowed, but the land will not permit the building of an abandoned house. The house must have been built prior, not by the party, and abandoned to be classified as an abandoned home. You have to build inhabitable houses. Or
So-
habitable houses.
We have 30 or 40.
I must say, to give you an exact number, because this is now where we're getting into number games, you have 36 adults, 20 children.
36.
Each minotaur is the size variation of two standard people.
Okay, so the habitable houses are actually only going to house 4.
Which is about the size
Adult.
of a family.
Okay.
Correct.
So we have 36 adult and 20 children.
You could probably fit 2 adults and 4 children in one house. Because each child counts as half of what the adult is.
So we would need 14 houses
You
just
would
for the
need-
minotaurs.
Oh, is this still above
How
10?
much?
Yes, this is
Oh, okay.
just still above table.
How much
Oh.
do they cost to build?
The habitable
Mm,
houses are 65 wood and 35 stone.
Which, collecting wood and stone without structures, meaning without like a quarry or a lumberjack mill, cutting wood energy card consumption per hour is 3 vital energy cards. Wood per cut per
Stone is
hour is
4.
1 unit. So you would need, and extracting stone is 4 for 1 unit. So, if we look at the,
But because I have Technophile, we actually only need 34 and 64 for each house, which is actually kind of helpful.
Now, if we look at the minotaurs, what a standard adult can do, because they of their vital energy before they are, they have to stop at a minimum of 5 VE, so that they don't suffer severe, long-lasting injuries. They have 70. The adults have 70 VE. They spend 3 per 1 unit, and they only have around a.
So they have 65 that they can use for it,
Yes.
or they have 70 they
No,
can
they
use
have
for it.
65 that they can
75.
use
Okay.
for it. But they also,
So-
unless you want them to work into the night, they only have they need 8 hours of sleep. So you roughly have, what's 24 minus 8?
16.
Yeah, so 16. You have 16 hours of work. You get 1 unit per hour, I believe.
Okay, so that would give us 16 units, and this is if we work them all 16 hours, which I would not want to
Well,
do because that's just
also
fucking
that's
cruel.
just them working. That's not. They'll be taking breaks as well within that work period.
Yeah.
That's why it takes an hour.
That's
down.
just the basically the shift, but they stop and take breaks and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
fed.
the adults, we've got 36 adults that would be able to do 16 units of wood a day.
So hang on just a second.
That's 576 units of wood in a day.
If all adults are put to that. Some adults are better off cooking.
Yes.
And then you need to also understand that some adults need to watch the children. And you might need adults to guard your territory. So you might need to find out how many laborers are with the with the new citizens, how many warriors, and how many caretakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need. We
If
gotta talk to our minotaur friend that's sitting in front of us.
Time has paused, and he's like
And
staring menacingly.
above table, also how many might be injured from the attack and therefore out of commission.
Assuming best case scenario, they can gather enough wood for 9 houses a day.
Yes.
But obviously we don't have best case scenario, so they could probably do 4 houses a day.
But that's just the wood. That's not counting.
Yeah, that's just the wood. That's not counting the stone.
Now,
so
there are like
gonna be a couple of days before we get the houses.
There are things you can build that might increase production rate. It's not in here, but I'm going to add it in here because it's not in here. I'm going to make my own, which is the lumber mill and the quarry. It will, the first level of lumber mill will cause it to go up to 2 units of wood per hour, and the quarry mill will be 2 as well for the first stage. You can upgrade it 4 times, adding 1 extra unit per time you upgrade it. For the first start, it will act as. Let me look at what we got here. It'll probably about the same as an agricultural field to build. It's not gonna inhabit the same.
20.
It's just gonna cost. Yeah. So there is that option.
We could get one of each of those up, probably a day.
They don't take a whole lot of room either. They maybe take roughly about half an acre each. But they will need to be placed in areas that are more richer in those sections, which you are surrounded by wood. And if you ask your specters, you might be able to find a location for the quarry.
Yeah. And then we can just be like, we can set it up to where the kids can sleep in the house for a few days, and then us and the rest of the adults can all just kind of crash outside.
Hi viewers, just want to let you know this is a pretty big part of this game is this kind of management, and so we want to make sure that it is being recorded and shown to you guys because we're kind of going through this game fresh and new, and this is our first time we get to play with this, so the party is being real careful with what choices they make.
Okay, so I think our best bet would be get a lumber mill and a quarry up ASAP.
Yeah.
That way we can increase our production of wood and stone, and then we can start getting the houses up.
Yeah. Above table, could we set it up to where like 20 minotaur children could crash in this abandoned house while we're getting this done?
No. It would cause...
There's not enough floor space.
It would cause some pretty... right now, your house is classified as habitable. It went from abandoned to habitable. There is no way you're fitting 20 fucking... the Minotaur children count as a single adult.
Okay.
Be able to fit
for a
8
normal person. Yeah, you'd be able to fit 8.
So we'd be able to fit 8 of them.
Note,
in the house.
There is things you have yet to learn about the Minotaurs, because they do have special functionalities when it comes to what they have to them. This is another thing I'm adding because I like this kind of concept, and I'm gonna play the hell into this concept.
Based.
So, talking to the Reinhard would be very important to learn more about the Minotaurs, because they do have a temporary home trait. It's It will take. It won't. It basically it costs them about 15 units to make a small hut that can be taken down and repurposed. The units. However, it does tend to take up a larger area. But again, it can be taken down and repurposed. And taking it down, it only takes 1 hour's worth of work to take down the structure. And you get to repurpose the 15 wood.
Okay.
So, but also, how many laborers do you have? How many soldiers? The soldiers can be laborers. If you really don't feel like there will be an attack, you can make the soldiers work as laborers. There are caretakers who aren't necessarily suited for labor work, but they are very good at cooking and tending to the children and tending to the wounded.
Okay. So I think our best bet right now is to unpause time and talk to the fucking Minotaur.
Pausing has ended. Yes. Housing would be proper. We can build our temporary structures. It take time, but we could do it.
How are your injuries from the attack?
We have 4 that are in bad enough condition that they cannot operate. They are being tended to.
Okay. God, I don't want to sound like a dick, but shit.
So, of the people that you have operational, how many of them can work on actually building structures, cutting down trees? How many of them can tend to the wounded? How many of them can stand guard? How many can work on making sure that everyone is fed? Things like that.
A page turns in the book as it starts to list down what he says, which then shows up in your guys' book once you call it, which you have called it, under like Minotaur hands or Minotaur civilians. It shows, he says, out of the 36 adults we have 4 that are wounded. 2 of them are laborers, 1 is a caretaker, and 1 is a warrior. We have 4 warriors, and we have that are operable, that are not injured. We have 10 laborers. That's 10, 14 plus 4 is 18. Okay. And sadly, the rest are caretakers, though a few of those caretakers, I can have them be trained by a few of our laborers or warriors to be repurposed. Most of our warriors died.
Having them remain as caretakers will be good for the children, because someone's going to need to watch them.
They are also, our caretakers are quite proficient at working fields. They tend to crops as well as they tend to people.
Another thing we're going to have to work on getting put up as well.
We did manage to bring with us 2 months worth of food.
Okay.
The 2 months worth of food for us. I'm unsure how long it will last if we are to feed these newcomers.
Could I say something else above table?
Yeah.
I just did some scrolling and I looked at the tavern and it does not have a population limit.
It's because it's in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's not anything long term. That's why it doesn't have that.
Yeah, that's fair.
A tavern probably has the same limitation as a luxurious house.
Yeah. Not above table. Oh, wait. Pat stepped away.
Probably to talk to our son. Looks like he's not wanting to stay in his room.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Hey, where'd you even find the tavern?
It's way down there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it after the armors and shit?
Yeah.
Page 166 and 167.
I don't know if you're able to
Oh.
per se build the tavern. Are you? Yes, you are. Alchemy studio, alchemy laboratory.
The requirements for building these are just wood and stone.
Yep, tavern. Yep.
But that's
Yosh.
a lot of wood and a
Yeah.
lot of stone, and
Yeah.
I would rather have the lumber mill and the quarry upgraded.
Right at
Yeah.
this moment, I'm not going to per se tell you what your land's limitations are, because currently you will not really put a dent in your land's resources. But if we get to the point where you guys are building like a fucking nation, you may have to start looking at it, possibly
War?
taking over other nations. But
Yeah.
that is a way down the road situation.
Yoshi has already decided that he wants to conquer Crystal City. Like he's not
That
saying
bitch
that,
is
he's
mine.
not acknowledging that, but after seeing like children in the sewers and after seeing like the minotaurs get attacked by like the knights of the city, he's like, no, I'm burning this bitch to the fucking ground.
I'm taking their land. I'm gonna burn their
Fucking
buildings.
Rain has the same thought. Her thought upon seeing all that was, Tsukiyomi told me not to build a nuke. I suddenly want to build a nuke.
The thing that I would recommend is maybe not burn it to the ground, but repurpose the buildings. Minotaurs are quite good at taking something apart and repurposing the material.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
To that,
Just tear it
to
brick
that
by
effect,
brick.
Yoshi is going to look at Reinhardt and he's going to say, get your shelters built for your people, get some food, get some rest. Tomorrow we can have your laborers start to work on some things that will make life easier around here.
I would ask one thing. Do you mind? We have no problem sleeping outside as we are beastmen. We are creatures of the forest. Only within the last few hundred years had we actually moved to living within homes. We do not mind sleeping outside. All I would ask is we will at least build enough for the children, as they are not accustomed to living outside as much as the rest of us. And perhaps a hut to tend to the wounded.
Of course.
Then we will only need 3. We will have that done before tomorrow morning. We will put we'll put a quarter of our people upon that, and then we will have the rest ready for orders tomorrow.
Okay. That will be good. We'll get things figured out and try to find a way to prioritize tasks that will ultimately make things easier on everyone. So,
if I may ask, do you have an idea of what your tasks will be? What your goal is to move production of your terrain? Just so I may possibly help look into it.
Yeah.
We would like to get a lumber mill and a quarry set
The
up.
lumber mill would not be hard. You're surrounded by some of the thickest and sturdiest wood in this forest. I am possibly setting it up in the location about 100 yards away from the main house in the back side would do the best. The quarry, I have not ventured your territory since it grew.
Our guardians might be able to shed some light on that. But also perhaps a field to grow some crops, because we anticipate that we're going to have even more mouths to feed before too long. Once we have those things up and running.
Wise.
Yeah.
We did bring some wheats that we could repurpose to replant, and potatoes, which would grow pretty quickly. It wouldn't be the
Perfect.
tastiest of food, and our warriors are proficient in hunting as well. But we only have currently 4 functional warriors, not counting myself. If
Yoshi's half Irish. He is not even remotely concerned about whether or not potatoes are going to taste good.
I
One agricultural field will do us good for the moment, but we will need to get a second one built in preparation for the other refugees that are coming.
Our crops won't last more than 2 harvests before we are in the negative when it comes to being able to replant. You may need to purchase, if you have the funds, some planting needs, some necessities such as seeds.
That shouldn't be an issue. Highland's not too far away, and we have a good relationship with them, so
We will need
we should be
to-
able to get some supplies and some materials.
You will need to
We-
purchase enough to be able to repurpose 3/4 of the hall back to seeds so that we can continue to grow our capability.
Maybe that Yoshi's going to look at Rain and Nora, and he's going to say maybe that girl from the village, Mira, she might be able to help.
She might. She also might be the one with the druidic knowledge.
I
She
have
seems
a
kind of naturey.
question. We have 4 warriors. We were recently attacked. Our people are thankful we seem to be in an area that does not per se warrant or allow denizens, as he kind of like looks around for the specters to enter without conflict. But we gave your specters, just the 4 of us, quite the run for their money before being defeated, and I worry and if those forces are still looking to finish the job, should I put our warriors on watch?
I would.
We would only be able to have 2 on watch at a time at the current moment. Otherwise, we will exhaust them, and they will have to sleep during the day.
We
will
can
have-
supplement that.
2, and then our specters. Do our specters even sleep?
No, we don't, as it floats to the floor.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, is
Oh,
there
great.
anywhere nearby that would be a good spot for a quarry?
Oh, your territory recently grew. Let me do a quick scan of the area. As he pulls up a flaming, like it flames into existence, almost like a globe, but it's only not a globe. It's just like a map of just your territory, and he kind of like moves around within it. As you can see, like these balls of flame spread out from him like drones, moving throughout the territory. It's at the border. It's quite a far bit away, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours walk. For those guys, points at the minotaur, probably about 2 hours with their big legs. But it does look like it is a mountain, or at least we're starting to crest over a mountain.
Okay. Well, we can put the quarry there and possibly build some houses for the laborers around it. I don't really like them being that far out from us, though. They could.
Reinhardt agrees. Yes, it would be hard to protect them and manage connections. If we build possibly a road, a temporary pathway through the trees, we could make it a straight shot and allow guards to walk that path from the main area and the quarry, permitting protection. But I don't believe
What
we
about-
should have the housing there.
What about a
What about,
rail
like-
line? If we built a minecart line,
We would need the ability to forge metal, and we do not have that currently.
Yeah, we don't have that right now.
Oh, but we do have another engineer heading our way too.
Might be a useful thing
Remember?
when they get here. Yeah. What
Granted,
about like?
we did meet him when he almost blew himself up, so I don't
Yeah.
know exactly how much help he'll be. But he
Yoshi's
might be
gonna
some help.
ask. Yeah, Yoshi's gonna ask. What about static defenses like palisades, things like that?
We could
Fortifications.
We can erect some of the at least a basic wooden wall, but it would take time to do so. To surround your territory,
I think
it would
I
be
think
quite a bit of
building-
work if we were
I think
to
building the road would the best
Yeah.
option.
Let's start
Start
with the road, the lumber mill, the quarry, and farm.
Very well.
Yep.
Which one would you like us to work on tomorrow first? The road would take a smaller amount of time. It would also allow us to take the resources we clear and repurpose them, but it would take us roughly about half the day to get from here to there while creating, carving the road.
If we do the road first, then we can divide the manpower. Have people working in the quarry, and then have people working on the lumber mill. Hopefully, get those things done roughly around the same time.
So the road is first priority. Very well. We shall have it done. And then, what is your second priority? The quarry and lumber mill?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. He gets up. It was wonderful talking to you, and thank you once more. You seem uncomfortable with the term lords. Is there a better moniker you would like for the people that arrive into your settlement to call you?
Not really. I would just prefer my name, which is
Your
Rain.
name would be most likely used to a personal level, but when referencing you as a whole or as a role, like I am the acting manager of the Minotaurs, or it is a very long name, I would just call myself the standing chief of the Minotaurs. Yours would be, in our time, lord or chiefs.
Yoshi leans over to Rain and whispers, "We could always just have them call us comrade."
No.
You don't want to start a glorious communist revolution, Rain?
Your
No, I don't.
Specters call you
Okay, it was worth a
guardians.
shot. Guardian, I like that better. I like that a lot better than
Lord.
Very well.
That.
I know I am speaking far into the future, but my hope, seeing your efforts being put into managing our actions and taking care of us, has me thinking for the future. Nobility will be forced upon your bloodline,
Fuck.
and I hope that you accept that one day.
Yoshi
All
kind
seem
of
like you earned it.
shrugs. And he's like, I mean, technically it's already something that's part of mine. I just don't really like to think about it too much. And he's muttering under his breath.
We have lots of work to do, so I shall see you. If there is at any point that you need to speak with me, our connection through our contract, our citizenry contract, and my role will allow you to deliver a message through our book.
That's convenient.
And also, if you think of
Extremely.
anything at any time, you can either call me here to speak with me about it, if you care for my opinion, or you can simply command it and it will enter my book and I will have it done. I may sound very subservient, but it's mostly respect. And I have always been told that I am quite the workhorse. Bull.
All right.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Renner.
And he will walk out, going out into the dark. Oh, the closing dark, as the sun is starting to set. And with
I am
that,
hella uncomfy with the fact that we are probably gonna be nobles at some point.
and with that, we'll come to an end. Thank you for joining another episode. And remember, everyone, every view, every like, comment, subscription helps us keep building these worlds, telling these stories, and bringing more adventures to the table. A special shout out to our players, our dungeon master, and everyone behind the scenes who helped make this show possible. And an extra thank you to our community. You support us more than you know. If you want to help the channel grow, check out our Patreon. Even joining the free tier helps support the channel, keeps you connected with updates, and lets you be a part of the Storyteller's Tales community as we continue to grow our channel and tell more stories. A huge shout out to our Patreon supporters and everyone who shared the show, commented on the episode, or told a friend about us. You help keep the dice rolling. And a special shout out to our Realm Shaper tier member, Lauren Sullivan. Thank you. Thank you very much. And until next time, everyone, remember, tell your grandma. See ya.